Hello, today we're going to be making banana pudding. Okay, what I've got over here is I've got 2 cups of sugar. To this 2 cups of sugar, I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of salt. And I've got here 3/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour. What we're going to do now is we're going to whisk this all together. And we're going to make sure that it gets all combined well. Okay, what I've got here, I've got 3 whole eggs and 3 egg yolks. And I've saved 3 of the egg whites to make our meringue. So we're going to go ahead and add this to our flour and sugar mixture. Okay, what I've got here is 4 cups of milk. I've used 2 cans of evaporated milk, and I finished it off with the rest with whole milk to get 4 cups. Okay, we're going to go ahead and add this slowly. We want it to get well combined. We don't want any lumps or anything. We don't want lumpy custard. That's not very good. Okay. And now we have all our ingredients combined. And I want to add about half a stick of butter. And it could be cold. It doesn't matter. It's going to melt. And I've got the stove set on medium-low heat. And you're going to have to stir continuously because we don't want it to stick. And it's going to take for it to thicken up to half an hour to 40 minutes. So there's a lot of work entailed in this custard. Okay, our pudding's gotten done. And this is what it looks like when it is done. It's taken about 20 minutes here instead of the 30. It comes off in globs, and when you're not stirring it, it starts to bubble. Okay, that's when we want to take it off the heat. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take it off the heat, put it over here on the side, and I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. We don't want any imitation with the real thing. And stir that all in there, get it well combined. Pudding's done. Now, I've got a casserole dish because I want it to be able to put it in the oven. So, I'm going to start layering my vanilla wafers here. I'm just going to put some on the bottom. Okay, now I'm going to add some sliced banana. And you want your bananas really ripe. Add some of that to the bottom of your on top of your cookies here. Okay, and what I'm also going to do is, this is what my family's always done, my mom, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, that we've always added pineapple chunks to our pudding. Just something I like. You don't have to do it if you don't like it. So add some on the bottom here. We probably won't use this whole can of pineapple. Okay, now we're going to take our custard and we're going to put some right over our cookies and fruit. Try not to be too messy because I'm a pretty messy person here. And it's nice and thick. And then we go ahead and just put another layer of cookies and bananas and pineapple. Okay, we've used about 4 bananas for our pudding. You can add more, you can add less. And I used about 3/4 of the package of vanilla wafers. Now we're going to make our meringue. Okay, we're ready to make our meringue. I've got 3 large egg whites here. And what we're going to do is we're going to beat it till it forms the soft peaks. Okay, now it's formed the soft peaks. So what we're going to do now, I've got 1/4 of a teaspoon of cream of tartar. We're going to mix that in and blend it together. Okay, now we've got our cream of tartar all mixed in. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I've got 6 tablespoons of powdered sugar. And what we're going to do as a spoonful at a time, sprinkle that in, and we're going to beat it in. Okay, we beat it until the stiff peaks have formed. Now what I'm going to do is add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm going to blend that all in. Now we've got our meringue all whipped up and it's ready to go. Now a little tip here. We've already preheated our oven to 400 degrees. Now if the weather's bad outside, raining, the meringue's going to fail. It's not going to work. And what you need to do is you need also to seal all your edges well so that the meringue won't shrink. Okay, and we've got all the meringue on here, and see how it's sealed up all around the edges. Okay, now it's going to take about 8 to 10 minutes, depending upon your oven. We just want it golden brown, but I'll keep a time on it and let you know. Okay, our meringue is nice and golden brown. It took about 8 minutes in my oven. You don't want to put it on a wet counter. If you got a trivet, put it on there, because if the water hits it, it could bust and there could be a mess and you could get hurt. Okay, we're going to leave it up here for 2 to 3 hours before we get into it, because the pudding has to cool down. Some it's going to be too juicy. Okay, our pudding's ready, so I'm going to give it a little sample, and I'll sprinkle a little cinnamon on top because I like Mama's cinnamon. It's very good. Thank you. Come again.